Welcome to video number 2 in the Yugoslav Spomeniks of Macedonia series. We just finished exploring Skopje. Yes, you and I. And today, perfect weather as I begin a drive down toward Ohrid, Macedonia's largest lake. Got to take a couple days to get down there, and we're going to stop at every Spomenik we see along the way. The destination for today is Mavrovo National Park. Traffic is really light. Never seen the traffic so light in Skopje. This is my 3rd time here. Today's the Macedonian presidential elections. Great day for a road trip. Driving down Mother Teresa Highway here, and our first stop is going to be the small city of Tetovo. Population around 65,000. Love seeing the snow-capped mountains out there. It's supposed to snow where I'm ending up tonight in Mavrovo National Park. Tavče gravče, tavče gravče, tavče gravče. That's what I'm hoping to eat this morning for breakfast. It's baked beans, but really good beans. Best beans in the world. Tetovo beans. Yeah, the city is known for its beans. Arrived Tetovo. Let's see if we can't find these famous beans. It's a national dish of Macedonia, prepared in a way so you don't fart. The beans were good, nice and spicy with the peppers. Doing a quick walk around town, and then it's back to the road. There's a famous mosque everyone's supposed to see here. On Marshal Tito Square, the Yugoslav-era House of Culture, 1973. And the moment you've all been waiting for, our first Yugoslav Spomenik of the video, 1963 Monument to Women Fighters by Borka Avramovska. Okay, let's find that mosque. Now, this town is majority Muslim, 65% ethnic Albanian. This is certainly Yugo-era. There's an old stone Ottoman bridge called the One-Eyed Bridge. Here's the mosque, the painted mosque. Originally built in 1438 by architect Isak Bey, financed by 2 sisters from Tetovo. One thing that makes this mosque unique among Ottoman mosques is there is no exterior dome. Now, there's a sign here saying that the mosque was completely reconstructed in its present form in 1838, 1839 by Abdul Rahman Pasha. Now, another thing that makes this mosque unique is that all its exterior and interior walls are covered with frescoes, whose style was inspired by the late Italian Baroque. Correction, this sign says it was originally completed in 1495, not 1438. The reconstruction of this facade was paid for by the United States. This mosque is also unique in that the paintings depict Mecca. As with many mosques, there is a hammam built nearby, a bathhouse, across the river, completed end of the 1400s, the Bey Hammam. I am behind schedule. Been here for an hour and a half already, much longer than I thought I'd be. Another Yugoslav brutalist building up ahead. I think that's the post office. Driving now to another Muslim Albanian town about an hour south of here, Srbinovo. Here it is, children, as promised, Srbinovo. And the reason we're here Spomenik, Monument to the Fallen Fighters, 1982, by Meli Zenku. The plaque here says, in Albanian, in honor of the soldiers of the 7th Albanian Brigade who fell in the fields of Srem during World War II. And you see here the town's name in Albanian, Srbinovo. I don't know if I'm saying that right. And you can see Albanian names on the obelisk here, the local fallen. I haven't seen any Macedonian flags in this town, only Albanian flags. Okay, and on to the next. It's a half an hour to the next Spomenik in Novo Selo. This is the 1974 monument to the Korab partisan unit by Macedonian sculptor Tome Serafimoski. You can see his name etched into the Spomenik here. A few minutes down the road from that Spomenik will be the entrance to Mavrovo National Park. And have entered the park. So I'll be staying here for 2 nights. Stopped the car to show you Mavrovo Lake. This is one of the largest artificial lakes in Macedonia. And since 1952, it's been part of Mavrovo National Park. Mavrovo National Park has a few Spomeniks, and this is one of them. Monument to the victims of the 1956 avalanche. They put this up in 1967. Google Maps calls this Spomenik Monument to the Dead Workers of HEP Mavrovo. So it was early morning, February 11th, 1956, that around 100 workers of the Mavrovo Dam project were asleep in their bunkhouses, and something triggered an avalanche of snow. 52 of them died. This park is in the mountains, and as I've been climbing higher, it's dropped from 65 degrees to about 49 degrees. Let's see one more Spomenik for today, and then I'm gonna check into the hotel. I'm in Trnica, and this is a 1972 monument to the Galičica massacre. Once the partisans lost in this particular battle, old men, women, children, 17 of them, were killed, and the village of Galičica was burned to the ground. And home with Macedonian coffee. Looks very similar to other coffees I've had. Albanian coffee, Greek coffee, Turkish coffee, maybe Serbian coffee. I got a partial view of the lake here from my balcony. This morning, the weather forecast showed it was going to snow here tomorrow, but now it's calling for rain. So let's do one more Spomenik, just to play it safe. It's about a 20-minute drive. So this next Spomenik is further up the mountain. Let's see how much colder it gets. Snow, look at that. I told you this morning, we're driving up to the snow. This looks like it could be a nice viewpoint of the lake here. It's gone to 42 degrees, by the way. Look at the peaks beyond my car. More minutes up to reach the Spomenik. I got 2.5 miles of this stone road. It looks like there's some skiing up here, weather permitting. This road's getting a little riskier for someone who's alone. Very soft mud on the way up the hill. Should I go for it? Still another mile to go. I don't want to walk. Oh, it's windy. Well, this has been fun, but now I'm supposed to take this road, it's pretty steep and muddy, straight down into the valley here. I don't think any Spomenik is worth it. It's too risky. Yeah. It's a hiker's Spomenik. That's not me today. Head back home. Back at the bottom. Now, a walk about the neighborhood in search of food. So that's one option for a restaurant. A quick detour to look at this sunken church of St. Nicholas. It was built in 1856, but from 1956 onward, when the water level rises some summers, it gets submerged and it's in ruins. All right, this side quest is finished. Back to food. It just occurred to me, because I'm a bit slow, because I'm hungry. I'm hangry. I bet when the ski lifts are running, it takes you right up to by where the Spomenik is. You don't have to drive up there. You don't have to hike. I got kufta on kaymak. It's only 11 o'clock. I've had 6 beers. The last 2 beers have been on the house, courtesy of the bartender. It's dead here. The bartender just told me they got like 25 euros all day. Good night. Glad I didn't waste the day yesterday. No, thank you. No wine. It's important to wash down your breakfast with mastika, Macedonian national drink. Does this ring a bell? Yeah, I'm back at the sunken church again. Just wanted to see it in the daytime. Next to the church, it looks like they're going to build a sunken restaurant. You're looking at the ski resort. That's where my friend Petar learned how to ski. The more you know. It's a church. Church of St. John the Baptist. Wow, look at the graveyard. Let's check out this church a little closer. Brand new locked door. Somewhere around here, where I'm about to have coffee, my friend Petar kissed his very first girl, and possibly his very last. True story. During a visit to the newly completed dam, Yugoslav President Tito ordered this hotel built for the construction workers as a reward. 1962. Of course, it's been renovated since then. And home sweet home. Leaving Mavrovo National Park, Spomenik hopping down to Lake Ohrid today, Macedonia's most famous lake. I'm going to take about 3 hours to get down there. I'm not going a direct route, and I'll stay down there about 3 to 4 days. So, seemingly in the middle of nowhere, in the mountain town of Klenoec, monument to the fallen fighters. The first plaque here says, on October 6th and November 16th, 1943, in the fights of Klenoec against the fascist occupiers and their servants, they gave their lives for the freedom of Macedonia. From the plaque in the back of the monument, it looks like they put this up in 1983. It was unveiled October 6th, 1983. And this inscription with the hammer and sickle inside the star says something about December 15th, 1941. The first Communist Party of Macedonia, CPM, is formed. And it mentions something about mining. And then NOB, World War II. Sorry. Can't tell you more. I was curious what was down that dirt road. Now I know, it's a church. And on to the next Spomenik. Oh, there's one. Dogs barking like crazy outside. Can't stop us, won't stop us. Must press on. This abstract Spomenik off the A2 highway honors Kocha Milenku. Sasha was his nickname, I guess. He was a veteran of the Kruševo partisan detachment, and the inscription here says that he heroically killed himself on January 18th, 1943, in order not to fall into the hands of the enemy, after he completed some tasks in the Debarca region. That's the area we're in now. With all the road construction going on here, the fate of this Spomenik hangs in the balance. Town of Slatino. And this is the Partizan Hospital Monument, 1976, by a Macedonian sculptor. I was just talking to the men who were posing next to this inscription here. This is a friend of theirs, and he was killed in 2001 in Tetovo by an Albanian terrorist on April 28th. They're celebrating today, April 26th, because they can't celebrate on Sunday. Friday is the party. That's today. Looks like a Yugoslav fountain to me. Next Spomenik is only 6 minutes down the road, a village called Ozdoleni. And that's the village we're driving to. So this Spomenik was created by the same Macedonian artist who created the last one we just saw. Savo Strazowski is his name. So this memorial fountain and sculpture is dedicated to the local residents who died in the region's conflicts in the 1900s. So not just World War II, but also the Ilinden uprising against the Ottomans, 1903. You can see the inscription here. One side is for World War II, and the other side is for the Ilinden uprising. 1984 is when this was built. The neighbor just came out and told me that his great-great-grandparents are represented on both sides here. The Ilinden uprising, 1903, against the Ottoman Empire, and World War II. Beautiful village. On to the next. 20 minutes drive. It should be up here in the forest somewhere. Oh wow, look at this. Talk about out of the way. It's a 30-foot tall Spomenik, 10-meter tall Spomenik. Monument to the Maced Kosovo Brigade. Unveiled in 1958 and created by Prilep-born sculptor Jordan Grabul and a Croatian architect. The relief sculpture depicts partisans in battle, as well as humanitarian efforts in the Debarca region. Yeah, I can't quite figure this one out. It says something about the fighters in the battles of Debarca region. 67 here. I think maybe 67 died, and on the bottom it says our glorious past is the greatest roadmap to our future, something like that. And then 1967 by some youth of Belčišta. That's the name of this village. Yeah, bottom left of the relief sculpture here says 1956, 1958. And check out the view from this Spomenik. One more to go before reaching the lake. And here it is, last Spomenik before Ohrid, monument to the uprising at Debarca, and along a highway, again. After the Axis armies occupied the Kingdom of Yugoslavia in April 1941, the region of today's Western Macedonia was incorporated into their Italian puppet state called the Kingdom of Albania. This region of Debarca was deeply affected. The anti-fascist resistance here was so strong that it became a center for coordinated rebellion. And in the spring of 1943, the communist-led partisans overran all the Italian garrisons in the region. Yay, partisans! But then the Germans sent their army and the partisans were defeated. But in November 1944, the partisans defeated the Germans and liberated this area for the final time. Yay, partisans! And now, no stop till Lake Ohrid. It's a Yugo! Always get excited when I see a Yugo. Arrived the city of Ohrid. Not bad, not bad. So here's my view from my balcony for the next 3 or 4 days. Lake Ohrid, one of Europe's deepest and oldest lakes. Goes down to 945 feet deep. Now, that's Albania out there. I've been to this lake before, but only on the Albanian side. This is the first time from Macedonia. So we'll get quite a few non-Yugo scenes during my stay here. But there are some Spomeniks in the area as well. Tomorrow, next day, we'll go look for them. There are a ton of churches in Ohrid. The city is known for once having 365 churches. Old churches. I'll show you a few of them. This church was built and painted in 1295. And the bishop's house? Samuel's fortress got its start in the 300s BC. It was the capital of the First Bulgarian Empire, turn of the 11th century. I'm looking for food. I haven't had breakfast yet, and it is 5:30 p.m. Church of St. Sophia, completed in the 800s AD. Well, here's a Yugo I haven't seen. Spelled with a J. Yugo 45. The 1980s, probably. The Ohrid Boardwalk. Let's see where this goes. Going to try this restaurant, Caneo. Good ratings. I smell fish. The building of this restaurant is from the 1800s. Well preserved, I was just reading. There was a sign on the wall. There's trout in Lake Ohrid, but it's against the law in Macedonia to fish for it. I ordered trout anyway, but it's coming from Mavrovo, the lake we just drove from today. My first Macedonian wine. Ohrid, the Jerusalem of the Balkans, is one of those rare UNESCO listings for both cultural and natural heritage. And looking west, that's Albania. This lake is estimated to be between 3 to 5 million years old. It's also the largest reservoir of fresh drinking water in Europe, one of the largest reservoirs. A variation on the Ottoman style, it looks like. St. Clement of Ohrid, the patron saint of Macedonia. This is the city square. Love the polished street in this pedestrian center. It feels kind of Turkish here with all these cats. They close early. They close at 1. What do people do now?
Јас ондека зборев, ги тргето не двема, ондека зборев. Вона што качина любинка, знаеш. Е таку ќе, па ми сестра.
He's like a relative.
Yeah, he was being Ottoman Empire.
Feel like shit. So I was gonna go Spomenik hunting today, drive around the lake, but I'm too hungover to do it. Your loss. So let's take it easy. I'm thinking some quick peeks into some of these ancient churches. This elementary school looks Yugo, doesn't it? Let's start with this church I passed yesterday. Church of Holy Mary Pelivleptos, built 1295. Are you the guard? Are you guarding the church? No pictures or videos allowed. Managed to sneak a few shots. Here they are. Let's go see the tomb of Saint Clement, the patron saint of Macedonia. This is the most important church in Macedonia. So it is believed that the original church was built when Saint Clement arrived in Ohrid at the request of Boris I, Bulgaria. But St. Clement thought the church was too small, so he ordered a bigger church. And when he died in 916, he was buried here. His tomb is still here. Let's see if they allow pictures. In the 1400s, the Ottomans converted this church into a mosque. But then in the 1500s, it was converted back into a church. And then I think back into a mosque again, and then back into a church. No pictures allowed, again, but you caught a glimpse of the tomb of St. Clement. And now for the most photographed church in Macedonia. You've probably seen it before. And here it is. The Church of St. John the Theologian. They don't know when it was built, but they believe it was built before 1447, per some documents the church has. I'm not going to go down into that church. It's probably another no picture situation. And by the way, all of these churches have been charging money to enter. Nice view of the bishop's house from here. Highest house in town. It's 4:30 and I haven't had breakfast yet. Let's fix that. A 1100-year-old tree. A mosque from the 1400s. I think I'm in the more Albanian Turkish part of town. You know, Ohrid is 75% Macedonian, 5% Turkish, 5% Albanian. Kebab. Going for a kebab. Ohrid pearl. Some kind of handmade pearl having to do with fish scales. I think from fish that originally were fished out of Ohrid. May or may not be there anymore. I don't know. But they're being sold everywhere. Ohrid pearls. Saints Cyril and Methodius. Saint Clement of Ohrid was a disciple of theirs. Lest you thought we were done with churches. This is the old hospital church. It was built in 1313, and it's partially enclosed by remains of the old city walls. You want to see one more church? Yeah? You want to see one more church? See what I can do. Here's another side to the hospital church, the Church of St. Nicola Bolnički, and look, right across the street from it, the Church of St. Bogorica Bolnička. Did I say that right? And this one was built in 1368. Let's see, get a better view. This raised platform at my hotel reminds me of a Turkish seating area. Koshk. Today, I'm exploring the west side of Lake Ohrid, heading all the way down to the border with Albania, a village called Radožda. I'm gonna have some lunch there. Forbidden Ohrid trout, I hope. I hear the boys from Albania bring it across the border, so we can enjoy it here in Macedonia, where it's illegal to fish. It's a half-hour drive total to reach Radožda, and look how the village greets us. A Yugoslav Spomenik. What a welcome from Radožda. The plaque here shows a date of October 11th, 1983, and this is dedicated to the NOB fighters. World War II fighters. I just parked my car at the last restaurant in Macedonia on the west side of the lake. This is Albania right here. And this road dead ends. No point in going further. So now we'll find out if this restaurant will serve me the forbidden Lake Ohrid brown trout, an endemic species in this lake. It only exists here. What's the rule for drinking and driving in Macedonia? So you don't want the Mavrovska trout. We'll get this trout. The waiter just confirmed they are bringing the Lake Ohrid trout over from the Albanian side. It's really good. It tastes like a cross between a brown trout and an Atlantic salmon. There's a small town on the north shore of Lake Ohrid, Struga. Let's take a peek. I don't know anything about the place. Other than that, there's a big Spomenik there. Arrived Struga. Small town, big traffic. First order of business, coffee. This hotel I'm passing, Hotel Dream, Yugoslav style of modernist architecture. 1977 by a Macedonian architect, remodeled in 2017. Actually, let's see what it looks like inside real quick. I was worried that it wouldn't feel very Yugo in here with the remodeling, but still got it. A lovely swimming pool of Hotel Dream. Well, that was worth it. Pleasant surprise. Hotel Dream. Now, the hotel is named after the river it sits on. The river Black Dream. Some 95 miles long, flows into Albania from Lake Ohrid. So the plan after this coffee is to walk up and see the Spomenik. And then if I have energy, we'll visit another town. Walking downstream along the Black Stream north until I see the Spomenik across the river. This town, Struga, is known for poetry. Has an annual poetry festival, and it's produced a big name or two. Here it comes. It's a big one. The 18-meter tall Monument to the Revolution, 1974. The Spomenik commemorates 335 local military victims who died during World War II, as well as some 3,000 liberation fighters from across the region. So the story is, in April 1941, the German army invaded the Kingdom of Yugoslavia, and by the end of that same month, the Germans, the Italians, the Bulgarians reached Macedonia, and Struga and surrounding areas were incorporated into the Kingdom of Albania. Now, once Bulgaria was forced to switch sides after the Soviet Union invaded them, the partisans waged a final battle for Struga. And after 2 days of close combat, they completely drove the Germans out of the area. November 8th, 1944. The end. Back to the FJ. I just read that there used to be another Spomenik about 8 minutes up the road here, but that it was removed for some construction, but with a promise that it would be re-erected across the street. It's here. Monument to the Liberation of Struga, 1977, dedicated to those partisans who liberated Struga in November 1944. You know the story. Okay, that Spomenik energized me enough to drive 15 minutes to another village, a must-see village called Vevčani. Vevčani. The villagers declared it Republic of Vevčani. They were trying to gain freedom and independence from the government of Yugoslavia in 1987. They were pissed by a decision of the Yugoslav government to redirect their famous springs water to supply Struga. The spring water is Vevčani's. Why should they give any water to anybody else? Google Maps knows nothing about how to navigate my FJ through these tight streets. This village, for centuries, has long been a Christian village surrounded by Muslim villages. There are 19 churches in this tiny village. I'm not hungry, but there's a restaurant right here, top of the hill. I think I should. I ordered homemade pasta with local cheese. Heading home to Ohrid. And here's a church. Don't say I didn't show you any of the 19 churches here in the village. So I have a guard dog on 24/7 duty, protecting my hotel where the suite is. You want to see? Good morning. Last full day in Ohrid. Yesterday we drove the west side of the lake, and today, the east side. First, some breakfast. Just picked up some zelnik, a traditional pastry of Macedonia, taking it back up the 1,000 stairs to my flat to enjoy it. Here, I'll let the sun work its magic on this zelnik. It looks like borek, I know, but it is not borek. Zelnik is prepared with one long, thin strip of pastry that is then wound up into a spiral shape. Okay, let's see what's on the east side of this lake. Walking to my secret parking space, by the way. free parking in Ohrid. It's a secret, can't tell you. Just stopped the car at the first beach I came across. It's a pebble beach. It's called Green Paradise Beach. I think it might be very nice to return here in the summertime. I am thinking about it. Just passed a museum called Bay of Bones, so now you know that Bay of Bones is on the east side of the lake. Just driving through the former fishing village of Trnica. I think I said that right. Now it's mostly a high-end tourist hotspot for the summer. Just stopped the car again for some major decision-making. Originally, I planned to follow the east coast of Ohrid all the way down to Albania, like I did yesterday with the west coast. And at the very end is a monastery, St. Naum, founded in 904. But I know what the monastery is going to do. They're going to take money and tell me not to take pictures. So the other option is to take this road, which cuts through the mountains here and takes me to another great lake of Macedonia, Lake Prespa. And I think you know where this is heading. According to Google Maps, it's going to take about 40 minutes to cut through the mountains. The sign said viewpoint. I think that's the peak, and you can hike it in about an hour, and you'll see both lakes, Ohrid and Prespa. Not going to do that today. Nice. Here's our first view of Lake Prespa. Macedonia shares this lake with Albania and Greece. Yeah, it's at the tri-point. Did you honestly think I came all the way out here to see the lake? There's a major Spomenik waiting for us up this hill. This Spomenik is the monument to the Prespa Party Conference, unveiled 1973 by artists Jordan Grabul, a name you know well, and some other guy. This Spomenik commemorates a meeting that took place here on August 2nd, 1943, attended by members of the Central Committee of the Communist Party of Macedonia. And at this meeting, it was decided to create formal and regimented partisan military units. There was another important meeting that took place on Lake Prespa. In 2018, on the Greek side of the lake, Macedonian and Greek foreign ministers signed the Prespa Agreement, formally changing the name of Macedonia from the former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia to North Macedonia. However, Macedonians still call it Macedonia. Okay, I got one more big surprise for you, and then it's back home to Ohrid. So let's check it out. It's the abandoned Hotel Europa, completed 1987, postmodernist style with a nod to traditional Macedonian architecture. And let's check out inside. What do you think? Maybe this was the kitchen? It looks like there's a dumbwaiter here. Yeah, it was 2003. A mysterious fire broke out, and the rumor is that it was an elaborate insurance fraud scheme. You know what this is? An abandoned bowling alley. And here's where the bowling balls would drop into. So this may have been the dining area. We're going to go and say this is the dining area, at the risk of being wrong. It is, yeah, and you can see where the light fixtures used to be hanging up as well. And it's
not the car park.
Lakefront. A lake that apparently is fast disappearing, according to our German friend here. A meter a year? A meter a year. Prespa is disappearing.
Somebody started to renovate.
Yeah. Some investor from the UAE purchased this property in 2013. My new German friend just said someone else bought it after them and someone else bought it after them, but no one's going to fix this hotel up because no one will ever stay here again because Prespa is disappearing. The lake is disappearing. That's what he said. Check out this Spomenik-like entrance to Hotel Europa. I saw an old picture of this, and there used to be a globe. These hands were holding a globe. And now for the hour-long drive back to Ohrid. So we're heading back to where we came from in reverse. So I won't bore you with repetition. This is the original flag of Macedonia after they broke up with Yugoslavia. It's sauerkraut sarma for tonight's dinner. I'll tell you what, since I'm leaving, I'll show you my top secret parking space. Come on. Okay, top secret, free, and convenient parking space. Navigate to the St. Clement of Ohrid Elementary School. Pass it on your right, come to this weather station here, and drive down this dirt road. And keep driving down the dirt road until the end. If you go any further, you will drive down some very steep stairs. So park at the end. Very important. When you're driving on this dirt road, mind the turtles. They're baby turtles everywhere. Now, it goes without saying, park here at your own risk, but I've been here 4 nights and it's worked out for me. From this top secret parking space, Old Town Ohrid is very accessible, immediately accessible, just down these stairs. Surprise! There's actually one more Spomenik in Ohrid that I haven't shown you yet, and I haven't seen yet. So let's go see that on our way out. Here in the village of Kosel, part of the municipality of Ohrid, is the Monument to Fallen Fighters, 1987. And it kind of looks like it's in some guy's driveway. And from the inscription, you can see that it is to the fallen fighters of both the Linden Uprising of 1903 and World War II. I am leaving Ohrid today, but I'll be back in 4 days on Saturday for the weekend. Big party with a friend. I might show you a few clips from that, but as far as Spomeniks are concerned, this video's done. 4 days later, I'm back as promised. Easter Saturday, Orthodox Easter Saturday. Giving a Turk an Easter tour of the town. See, Emre can't build this. You can't build this.
I can't build this. You can't build this.
But someone can.
Of course someone can. Someone did, obviously.
Someone?
Someone.
Or some it.
No response.
No response. So it's donut?
So
It's
originally this food is called döner, and then certain people, Mediterranean Sea, started calling this gyro for some reason. I don't know why.
Gyro.
What?
Gyro.
Whatever, it doesn't make sense. It's called döner.
Fox. Church hopping. Church number.
Easter.
Church number 2.
2024.
Pasta fettuccine.
We're church hopping tonight. Church number 2.
This is the Sistine Chapel of
The Balkans.
Macedonia. Oh, Balkans. Yeah, why not? Do you remember when at this church I couldn't take photos? Well, it's Easter Saturday. Actually, it's midnight mass. So. Look at this.
Hey, come here.
Okay, Emre. You ready?
No, go the other side. Turn the other side.
No, I like this side.
Turn the other side.
Hit me. I win. I win again. 8th Easter in a row. What? I'm the champion. I'm the champion.
We have to go find a house party now, which is traditional in Macedonia. After the Easter Mass.
Yeah, did you enjoy your 11 hours of sleep? Where are we headed, Emre Bey?
We're headed to the castle.
Headed to the castle.
Top of Ohrid.
Samuel's Fortress.
Samuel's Fortress.
Built, well, originally built, they say, by Philip II of Macedon in the 300s BC. And then Samuel, King Samuel, Tsar of the first, what do they call it? The first kingdom of Bulgaria? First Bulgaria. He fixed it up in the 900s AD. So we're going to see that version.
What happened in the 1200 years in between is a mystery.
What's the narrative? What's the narrative?
We're going to go solve this mystery right
All right, look, we have a choice, down or up. I bet up. Up.
Up for sure.
Up.
We're going to the castle.
For sure. Yeah. It's not a star fort.
No,
not a star fort. So we're not going to go so far as to say an alien built this one.
We never said an alien built it.
Oh, we'll never say never.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Photo here, I think.
It just goes on and on and on. Fortress is closed. That's what I learned. Fortress is closed because today's Orthodox Easter. Orthodox Easter. Come on, you're Turkish. Can't you get in?
I can get in.
Well, let's walk. Let's look at the walls a little bit. Let's look at the walls. Try to salvage this.
This is how our ancestors did it.
For sure. It's just rock. Yeah, the rocks aren't fitted in any kind of impressive. Samuel was kind of a.
They're not fitted together.
I heard he was lazy, right? Yeah. This is a lazy man's.
Worker. They had sloppy.
Let's get a beer.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what a beer is here. Cheers it out, bitch. It wasn't going to be anything spectacular anyway, trust me. Inside of a fort is the inside of a fort. The man responsible for all our Spomeniks. So they got a theater here in Ohrid. They got a theater.
So-called theater.
Do you have any thoughts you want to share about the theater?
Thoughts.
Share a thought, Emre.
Not for the internet.
Not for the internet?
Nope.
Just for me?
Just for your...
Just you, like an intimate conversation between you and me? Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
You notice these traditional Macedonian homes that were built during Ottoman times? How they bump up, each floor kind of bumps out.
I have noticed that, and I've been wondering what that is.
Is that a good way to say it? Bumps out? Bumps out.
Bumps out.
It bumps out so that the first floor has the smallest footprint. And It's called the Çardak.
The bumpy area.
Yeah, because the Ottomans were taxing the Macedonians based on the footprint of their house. So each floor larger than the floor below. Çardak. I want you to remember that because there might be a Spomenik coming up in the future. Different video, not this one, just coming up. Çardak. Remember Çardak. The traditional Macedonian home built during Ottoman times in the Ohrid area, specifically. You don't find this throughout all of Macedonia. Just the Ohridians. Did we say Ohridians?
Ohridians.
Ohridians.
Yeah, in resistance.
Well, we'll get to resistance and fascism and domestic resistance to Ottoman Empire. That's not now. You're jumping way ahead. Okay. This is why I don't tell you shit, because then you like, this was a cliffhanger. It was meant to be a cliffhanger.
Sorry.
Now no one's gonna watch the next.
Edit it out.
No one's. I can't edit. Fuck. You notice the shapes of all the lampposts here, right?
I have.
Is it a Çardakian shape? Çardakian shape.
What is Çardakian?
Shaped as a Çardak.
This one?
Yes, we have, but not to see.
Not to see it.
Where is our beers?
Did you order?
I drank a few.
That's a wrap for the Great Lakes of Macedonia. Hope you enjoyed the bonus Ohrid footage. Heading back to Pelagonia now, where I've been recording part 3, and I will resume recording part 3. See you there.